We're now going to take a look at converting decimal values to hexadecimal values. You may need a calculator for this one. So basically the backbone of all this is once again our table, which shows the range from 16 to the power of 0, which is equal to 1, 16 to the power of 1, which is equal to 16, 16 to the power of 2, which is equal to 256, and 16 to the power of 3, which equals 4096. We're going to look at our first decimal number, which is 12. And we know it's a decimal number because we have the base 10 there. Our answers are going to be put below, and so we can slot in where the numbers fall, okay, when converting to hexadecimal. But the other important part is figuring out the remainders of each number that we need to carry across. So let's start off with 12, which is a nice simple number to start off with. So 4096 does not go into 12. So 12 is still our remainder. 256 does not go into 12. So 12 is still our remainder. 16 does not go into 12. So 12 is still our remainder. 1 does go into 12. It goes into 12 times. Okay, and that gives us a remainder of 0. So the things to highlight here first are we're moving from left to right, from largest to smallest numbers, okay, to see how many times they fit into our decimal number. Okay, the next thing to realize is our remainder at the end should be 0. If we've got anything greater than 0 or less than 0, we've made a mistake somewhere. Now, the other thing to know with hexadecimal is 12, okay, as we said, it's 12 times 1, but 12 is equal to the hexadecimal integer of C. Okay, so our answer is C base 16. Let's now look at another value. This time we'll look at the value of 100 in decimal. So once again, 4096 does not go into 100 and 256 does not go into 100. 16 does go into 100 6 times. Okay, and the remainder then is 4. Okay, and then obviously 1 goes into 4 times with a remainder of 0. So our answer here, okay, is 6 times 16 and 4 times 1, which gives us 6 and 4, okay, which is 64 base 16 in hexadecimal. The next value we'll look at, okay, is the number 1000. So basically, 4096 does not go into 1000, 1000 is still our remainder, but 256 does go in it 3 times, with a remainder of 232. 16 goes into 232 14 times, with a remainder of 8, okay, and then 1 goes into 8 times, with a remainder of 0. So once again, we've got to put our brackets together, but we need to make sure that we realize that 14, okay, it being a double-digit number, has a hexadecimal value of E. So the numbers we're walking away with are 3, E, and 8, and our answer is 3E8 base 16. The next value we'll look at, okay, is the number 10,000. Okay, and with this number, obviously 4096 does go into it twice, with a remainder of 1808. 256 goes into 1808 7 times, with a remainder of 16. Obviously 16 goes into 16 once, and we've got no more remainder, but we do need to make sure we put a 0 on the end to show that it goes into that column, and our remainder obviously reflects that. So what our formula looks like is 2 times 4096, 7 times 256, 6 times 16, and 4 times 1. Okay, which gives us 2, 7, 1, and 0. None of those values convert into letters, so essentially that is our answer with the base 16 next to it. The final value we'll look at is 25,000. Okay, so quite a large value, as you can see with these hexadecimal to decimal conversions. So 4096 goes into it 6 times with a remainder of 424. 256 goes into 424 once with a remainder of 168. 16 goes into 168 10 times with a remainder of 8. And 1 goes into 8 times, and that's it, no more remainder. So once again, our formula reads 6 times 4096, 1 times 256, 10 times 16, and because we can see it's a 10, we've highlighted it because 10 becomes the hexadecimal value of A, and then 8 times 1. So we have 6, 1, A, and 8, which give us the hexadecimal value of 6, 1, A, and 8, base 16. So I hope this video has given you an understanding of the quite complex and difficult calculation of decimal values into hexadecimal values. It basically is a division process from left to right, starting with our largest value and seeing how many times that goes into the decimal number, the amount of times it goes in, okay, gets calculated, and then the remainder goes into the next largest number, and we calculate how many times that number goes in. Okay, so it is a complex process. We also need to make sure that wherever we get double digits in any specific column, that gets converted into the appropriate letter. So good luck with your decimal to hexadecimal calculations.